Hey guys, it's TechRan here. In today's video, we'll be reviewing the FiFine Amplifier gaming mixer. That is right. If you guys did not know, this is a $50 audio mixer you can get off Amazon. That is right, $50 for a gaming audio mixer. And today I want to answer the question, is this audio mixer worth your $50 and will it actually be good for entry? Because if you guys didn't know, I was deciding to get an audio mixer here today that actually set up for my Blue Yeti, and I thought this would be the perfect audio mixer to get started. So let's get into the unboxing and then we'll teach you how to set it up. First of all, you got the packaging on the outside. There really isn't much to this box, to be honest with you guys, on the outside, and it's pretty simple to open. You just pop the top and you get access to a little manual for the actual audio mixer. Then you get the mixer in itself, and the IO onto this thing is actually pretty interesting. I will show you guys how to set this up for a single PC setup and dual PC setup, and also with a Yeti, Blue Yeti. So yeah, first of all, let's just go over the IO first, because this is going to be a very important thing to know. First of all, you got a dynamic mic for XLR, so we can put in an XLR cable to actually like record your audio for maybe like one of the Shure M7Bs and stuff like that. And you also have a switch, you can decide which one you use, so it's automatically defaulted to dynamic. So if you want to use condenser, you have to flip the switch to the opposite way to make sure it a condenser mic. And of course, if you would actually plug in a condenser mic, you would actually plug in for Blue Yeti the headphone jack out on the Blue Yeti to the lane in on the actual mixer, so that way it actually captures your audio that plays back. You also have a headphone jack, so this is like a lane out to your headphones, so you can play headphone audio. You have earphone audio and also another lane out. So these are kind of just like for multiple devices to actually have lane out. There's only like really one lane in, and of course you have the USB-C, which is actually going to your main device. So let's say if I was to actually use this for my PC setup, I just plug in the USB-C into my gaming PC, and that way I have access to my mixers. Now you do have some faders as well, that way you can actually have it for your like mute the actual mic. You actually have one for actually your lane in, you have one for headphones, and you also have one for your lane out too. And of course you can kind of move these around. They aren't the fanciest thing in the world, they kind of just like they get the job done. They aren't as like nice as the Golex. I haven't had one myself, but I have had a friend show me his, and oh, just so good. I haven't bought one for myself though, because like they don't longer gonna have software support, so you might be like looking into an audio mixer too, but I wouldn't recommend getting this one, because this is kind of more like you're gonna downgrade from the XLR to this if you do that. Now, of course, you have some special buttons here. We're going to go over these in just a second here, but let's teach you on how to set this on up. The first thing you're going to do is take the USB-C cable to USB you got from the actual mixer that came in the box. So we're going to take this. We're going to plug the USB-C part into the back side of our mixer. Then you want to take the other end of your mixer, the USB part, and actually plug it into some IO on your PC. And of course, keep in mind that this is detachable. So like say, for example, here you have only USB on your PC and also your laptop, or maybe you do have USB-C. You can always transition this into a USB-C cable too, so that way it's better. So for me, I'm using on PC, so USB. Okay, so I connected it to my gaming PC, which you can see here, it's all connected, it's lighting up. Now, keep in mind that when it comes out of the box and plugged in, it's like a default white color, so you can push the colors individually, get a kind of different look for it. If I actually hold it now, I'll turn off the color on that, so it's gonna look like how it's gonna come out of the box. But if you were to turn it on, you of course get the normal default, which is rainbow, which the RGB looks pretty good on this, which is honestly pretty nice to see. And then of course you can push the button in multiple times to actually see like what color you like. If you want a standstill color, but then you want to hold and have no RGB whatsoever, you can do that. And I think that's pretty nice, because like I know me in the studio, when I go to bed, I can't like turn off I need to turn off the lights on this thing, so something just to appreciate. Okay, so now let's teach you how to set this up. First of all, if you are using an XLR mic, it's pretty straightforward. All you do is plug in your XLR cable into the mixer and you're all good to go there to actually capture your mic and stuff. Now, if you are using a condenser microphone like a Blue Yeti, I'm gonna show you how that's set up. First of all, you want to grab yourself a 3.5mm cable and plug that into the lane in of actually your mixer. Now, next thing you need to do is actually get the opposite end of your 3.5mm cable and get a ground looper. Now, what this is supposed to do is get rid of the static effect and noise that it actually creates from plugging a audio device like a condenser microphone into the mixer. So we're just going to plug that on in here, and of course I will have one link down below, and that will support the channel if you do get that, so appreciate it. But with this, it's going to make our audio sound really good, and we're going to take this opposite end now and plug it into the end of our headphone jack on our mic. So we're just going to take this ground looper now with this end and plug it into our mic. And keep in mind, so when you actually start using this, you need to make sure that your audio is actually set on this setting here, which is to the side for your gain. And then for your actual headphone jack, you just want to max that on out, because that's going to be the playback for the actual mixer, and that way it like grounds well, and that way you can also record too. So like for example here, this is for a dual PC setup, what I'm doing. But if you were to use it for like a single PC setup, you just use your USB and you really use the mixer at all, in all fairness. But this is for how I'm doing with a dual PC setup. Now, this next step is very important for a dual PC setup, so you must not skip it. You gotta go into your sound settings on your dashboard here, on your sound icon, and go into the sound control panel. When you're in here, what you're gonna do is to set your playback default device to whatever your speakers are for your YouTube videos and stuff like that you want to watch through. You want to set that to the default. Now, for default communication, you need to go down to your device of choice, which is mine is the Blue Yeti. So we take the Yeti stereo and makes this the default device for communication and not the default device for device overall, because then we wouldn't be able to watch videos. So for example, here we have our audio device now connected where you can hear my mic. My mic still sounds really good because that's the settings I show you default to. And what you want to also do is for your Discord, go into your video and audio and set it to the FiFine, which is going to be the one defaulted for the actual mixer. This is your mixer mic. Now, this is of course the same rule apply if you go into your sound settings on your computer and you want to just make sure what your out devices you can set to the mixer if you want to. For me, I'm setting to Elgato because that's setting everything pretty much to my capture card from a dual PC setup. But if you want to, you can set up to the actual FiFine actual mixer. And then for the mic, you want to just make sure the mic is actually set to the mixer as well, and that way you're all set to go. And of course, the same rule for the sound panel as well. But with that though, we should be able to talk to our friends and have practically no problem. So let's try, for example, here. How does my mic sound right now?
Fine.
Sounds good? Does it sound better than the mic I usually use?
I mean, you sound clear and fine. Like I can hear you just fine.
Okay, that's perfect then. So now that our mic's good, we're good to go. So keep in mind though, if you're using a condenser microphone, you won't be able to use the voice changer nor the electric sound effect, which is kind of unfortunate. But once you upgrade your microphone from a condenser mic, the Blue Yeti, to an XLR mic, and I will have one link down below that I'm actually planning to get. It's a Sheer mic. I forgot the actual name of it, but it's a really nice one. It's a good value too. It's not the Sheer M7 because it's overkill, because you're pretty much never gonna hear that audio on a stream. But maybe for recording probably, but I wouldn't recommend it with this mixer in general, so I'm going to upgrade to something else, and of course I've left that link down below. And then of course just set it up the same way and plug that in, and that way you have access to voice changer and also electric. Since I don't have an XLR mic just yet, I still want to show you guys what it sounds like with the voice changer and an electro, and I'm actually going to use some B-roll from Darkened Crisis from his video going over what it sounds like. So here you go, and also I'll have his link to his channel down below.
There's an electric button. I'm curious to see what this does. Let's do it. Now I'm singing at D flat, D, A flat, so apparently. Ooh. Oh, it's a pitch corrector. Oh, and it actually controls inside that key. You can auto-tune yourself. All right, so I think you press and hold. Yeah, it turns it off. There's a
change voice button. Oh, it's apparently this is what the male voice is.
And apparently this is what the the female voice is.
The robot voice. Monster voice.
The baby voice?
Now, the other things you have access to are these custom macros, which record a certain sound effect from whatever you say for a few seconds. Now, keep in mind that you do not capture the game audio compared to an XLR microphone, where you can actually, like, an XLR microphone, what is it? The XLR mixers, that's what the name what they were. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was it. I'll probably correct myself in post if I still say it wrong then. And so they won't actually capture the game audio, they won't capture what you say. So for example here, if you want to actually capture something, you just hold the button. Wait for it to turn white. Turns white. Tanner, you're sus. Does it say Tanner sus?
Yes.
Perfect. Okay, thank you, man. So let's go over my final thoughts about the FiFine audio mixer. So for $50, I feel like this is a great actual entry audio mixer if you're looking to get one and you don't want to actually get a Go XLR or what a Beacon Mix Create. This would be a great way, kind of just like work it right after, get a feel for what you want. So that way, if you do want to upgrade down the line, you can always get a Beacon Create, because a Beacon Create costs around like $160, and you know, you might not want to spend that right off the rip, and you want to get a feel if this will actually work for you in the first place. I feel like this is a good way to test if this is what you want and what you're looking for, but at the same time too, this is a good entry for you to actually start off with, and do you actually need more in the long haul? For me personally, for my condenser microphone and for what I do, I feel like this is a great entry device for me personally, and just being $50, why not, you know what I'm saying? And I'll probably upgrade later down the line just to get a better mic, because like get the Sheer mic I was talking about earlier, when I want to show you guys here earlier, is gonna be like a really good thing to go along with this. I actually saw somebody else like use it in a video and it was pretty insane. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed my review video here today on this actual $50 audio mixer, make sure to smash the like button and get subscribed so you don't miss some future tech content. And until then, have a great rest of your day. GMAN out.